Okay, this is going to be the B problems from the review. We'll start with 1B, and it has us doing 3 different things for each problem. So we need to solve the inequality, graph it, and then tell if a number is a solution or not. For this one, we have 4y minus 12 is less than or equal to 12, which means to solve this, the first step is to add 12 to both sides. So then I'm left with 4y less than or equal to 24. And then we need to divide by 4 on both sides, which leaves us with y is less than or equal to 6. Then we put it on the number line to graph it. And since this is y is less than or equal to, that or equal to makes it a closed circle. And since it's less than, it's going to be going to the left. So that right there is our graph. Now to tell if a number is a solution, we need to take what we have when we solve it. So y is less than or equal to 6. And I replace my variable with whatever number it's asking about. So I'd replace y with -3, which gives me -3 is less than or equal to 6. So we need to decide if that's true or not. Since -3 is less than 6, this is true, which means -3 is a solution. Okay, next one we have 2b. And we're still doing the same 3 things. But first we need to add 4 to both sides. And then it's 3/5 b, but all that means is I can rewrite it as 3b over 5. So that variable can go on the top. So 3b over 5 is greater than 6. Writing it like this just makes it easier to know the steps that we need to complete here. So I need to get rid of this 5 on the bottom, which means I will multiply by 5 on both sides. So those 5s cancel out, and I'm left with 3b is greater than 30. Then I divide by 3 on both sides, and I get b is greater than 10. So when I graph it, I have a 10. And since this one is b is greater than 10, but it doesn't have that equal to, that means it's going to be an open circle. And greater than means it's going to the right. Now we need to see if 10 is a solution. So I'll replace my variable with 10, which would be 10 is greater than 10. Now 10 is not greater than 10. 10 is equal to 10. So since this doesn't have that equal to line, this is not true, which means 10 is not a solution. Okay, so 3b, we have -60 minus 12 is greater than or equal to 18. First step here, we need to add 12 to both sides. So I get -60 greater than or equal to 30. Then I need to divide by 6 on both sides. So d, remember if I divide by a negative, I have to flip the sign. So d is now less than or equal to 30 divided by -6 is -5. So d is less than or equal to -5, and we flip our sign whenever we multiply or divide by a negative number. So our graph, we're going to have -5. This won't be a closed circle because it does have that equal to line. And since it's less than or equal to, it's going to be going to the left. We need to know if 5 is a solution, so I'll take this d is less than or equal to -5, and I'll replace the d with 5, which gives me 5 is less than or equal to -5. Well, +5 is not less than -5, so this is not true, and that means 5 is not a solution. Okay, now we have 4b. Then I get 3z minus 15 minus 6, so that's a z, greater than or equal to negative 12. So then 3z, I combine my like terms. This becomes negative 21. It's greater than or equal to negative 12. To get rid of this negative 21, I need to add 21. So I get 3z greater than or equal to 9. Then divide by 3 on both sides, which means z is greater than or equal to 3. Since it's greater than or equal to, it's going to be a closed circle. And since it's greater than, it's going to be to the right. Now to tell if negative 1 is a solution, I take z is greater than or equal to 3, replace the z with the negative 1, which gives me negative 1 is greater than or equal to 3. Well, this is not true. So that means negative 1 is not a solution. Okay, last one, we have 5b. So again, I'm going to need to distribute. So 2 times 3r is 6r. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 6 greater than or equal to 7r plus 2. I have like terms on the left, so 6r plus 10 is greater than or equal to 7r plus 2. Now we're used to the variables being on the left side, so I'm going to go ahead and move this 7r to the other side by subtracting 7r. 6r minus 7r is negative 1r, plus 10 is greater than or equal to 2. Then I subtract 10. So negative 1r greater than or equal to negative 8. Then I divide by a negative 1. And since I divided by a negative, I do need to flip the sign. This will become r is less than or equal to negative 8 divided by negative 1 is positive 8. So this, again, it's less than or equal to. That means it's a closed circle. And it's less than, so it'll be going left. And we need to tell if negative 5 is a solution. So I replace the r with a negative 5. And negative 5 is less than or equal to 8. That is true. So negative 5 is a solution.